Hi friends, welcome back to Rouse Rising. I'm Katie, and in today's video we're gonna make a big old pot of venison chili. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be jam-packed full of vegetables. We are going to get the vegetables in the family by any means necessary. So come along with me and let's make some homemade chili. We're cooking at home to save some money. In this economy, you gotta do what you gotta do to save $1. So we're going in with the big guns. In this video, I'm also sharing with you a grocery haul, just a small one to get a few items before Thanksgiving, a few treats to make the kids. What are your plans for Thanksgiving? We plan on hanging out here as a family of 7 and having a feast of our own. What are you gonna do? Comment down below. I would love to hear your holiday plans or your Thanksgiving plans for this week. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I just ran to Walmart. We've had a busy day. We've had a busy week. And I had to get a couple of items and they didn't have the things I needed. They had one thing I needed, but they didn't have what I needed. I went to the wrong store. I probably should have went to Fred Meyer's, but when in Rome, you go to Walmart. So I haven't actually grocery shopped in Walmart since last January, February time, or maybe even before then. So it's been almost a year since I've shopped in Walmart. I did do a Walmart grocery haul. I think I did. When I did like a 30-day free trial, free delivery or some business like that, when I had my back surgery. So I ordered online groceries, but this is my first time going in there shopping. And I did not have a list other than the 3 items that I needed. And like I said, I could not find the nutritional yeast that I wanted to get to make my daughter cashew cream cheese and other things like that. So I'm gonna have to pick it up from somewhere else. Restocked on a few things that we were getting low on. Wanted to make sure I had enough potatoes to make plenty of smashed potatoes and have potatoes for the next week or so. Surprisingly, well actually I feel like this should have all cost $50, but it costs double that. So let's talk about it. We got some Kellogg's Rice Krispies to make the kids Rice Krispie treats. I'm pretty sure I have a bag of marshmallows. I bought one of my last grocery hauls that we haven't gotten into. We just finished up a bag of marshmallows and now we got another one. Some Cheerios, because Riker said this is his favorite. So we got him, he was the kid that was with me. We picked him up from a homeschool hiking trip. And he had the Cheerios. Grabbed a 10-pound bag of just plain russet potatoes. We needed more onions. I just grabbed a plain bag of yellow onions. They had blueberries. The kids haven't had fresh blueberries in a few weeks, so I grabbed some fresh blueberries and some more cranberries because we've been eating these all sorts of ways. They are in season, and now is the time to get them. And while I do have some in the fridge to use up, I grabbed another bag because we need to freeze a bag, and I still haven't frozen a bag because we keep eating them. We made the viral cranberry, the oven-baked cranberry candy things that you bake it for 200 degrees for 5 minutes. We did those. We put a candied sugar syrup on them first and then coated them in the powdered sugar and then put them in the oven, and they were amazing. The kids just gobbled them up. Anyways, might make more of those, might make some more cranberry sauce because we also use the cranberry sauce as a filling in chocolates. So we melt chocolate and then we put a dollop of cranberry in the chocolate and let it cool. We pop them in the freezer or in the refrigerator. And then we have some cranberry jelly filled chocolates, and they are so good. They are so good. Oh my goodness, so good. So all the things with cranberries, all the delicious, yummy things. I'm also going to make some cranberry bread, and I'm also going to make some cranberry cookies with some dried cranberries that we have, apple juice infused dried cranberries. So we've got some things for that. Grab the Louisiana coconut oil. Our house is usually really hot, so this should work fine. If your house runs cold, it does not work well. It's just been my experience. Grab some more pumpkin puree. We've got 2 large cans of it, but I grabbed 2 small cans because I'm probably going to make 6 pumpkin pies or so maybe this time, so everybody can have their own pumpkin pie. Grab this tomatoes, okra, and corn because this looked delicious. I love okra. Everybody in the house loves it. And I don't know if this would be good to add to soup since it's already soupified or it's already been cooked, but we'll see. If not, we'll just eat it like that. Dark red kidney beans, pinto beans, chili beans, and mixed chili beans. We don't have any canned beans. Those are for emergency food stores. And actually, who am I kidding? I'm gonna make the kids chili. We're gonna make it easy. I need to get to all of my 5-gallon buckets, and they are buried in my shed. So I need to figure out a way to get them out. So until then, I'm probably going to make the kids chili maybe tomorrow or in the next few days, but whatever beans we don't use are going to go in emergency food stores. And we're going to hunt down Aaron's next few days off, whenever that is, this coming week. We're going to get out the bins or the buckets of food in the shed and make them more accessible so that we can use those. I need to rotate through my beans because your beans will get old. You need to be rotating through them. But while we clean out the shed, we will eat a pot of chili, or the kids will. Down here, got Hagen some white cheddar style macaroni and cheese. It says dairy-free cheese sauce. I don't know if that's going to be any good. We're going to give it a try. We've tried other macaroni and cheeses with dairy-free cheese sauce. Since I couldn't find the nutritional yeast at Walmart, we got this because I wanted the nutritional yeast to make her mashed potatoes, to make her macaroni and cheese, and to make, you know, all the good things, the cashew cream, all the good things that I was going to make for her. Traditional pasta sauce, we need more spaghetti sauce. I'm not going to be that picky. I don't remember how much these are, but I think it's like close to $12 for these 3 things of pasta sauce, and it's about close to the same at Costco, and actually they might even have bigger sauce jars. I need to go look. I need to do a price check. I did price check Azure's Standard and Costco's flour and sugar, and Costco has a better price on flour, organic cane sugar and organic all-purpose flour. It's a better deal at Costco. You heard it here first. Grabbed another cream of mushroom because I used that last one. What did we use the last cream of mushroom in that was tasty?
Soup.
Was it soup?
Yeah, I think.
No, I don't recall. We used...
Is that pasta, I think?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I used the cream of mushroom in pasta, so I grabbed another. And there's a video on my channel of when I made cream of mushroom from scratch, but I'm not going to keep mushrooms in my fridge. I could do it with canned mushrooms, I guess. Cutting corners, that's life these days. Pure ground black pepper. I have a pepper grinder, but this is convenient. And then cinnamon sticks, because I used my last one in a simmer pot the other day and I needed more. For simmer pots and for some yummy things like mulled cider and things like that. Vanilla, organic cultured coconut. My dairy-free child did not like the last dairy-free yogurt I got her, so we're going to try the Harmless Harvest organic cultured coconut. That should be tasty. Coffee filters, because I still haven't found a French press, and the one that I went back to TJ Maxx to get was not there, so still on the hunt for a French press. Until then, pour over. Bananas. My kiddos have aching legs from their MMA. We are going to try to make the viral candied cranberries. I'm going to do the method a little differently. You can just soak them in some juice or something like what I'm doing, ginger ale, and then coat them in sugar, bake in the oven at 200 degrees for 2 minutes, or you can do it this other way. I used some of the ginger ale and I put some sugar in it on the stove. I'm going to try to make a candy type coating for it. So we're going to put the candy coating on it and then put the powdered sugar on it and then pop it in the oven for 200 degrees. So we're gonna go. See how this works. We're gonna cool that down slightly before we put it on the cranberries because we don't want them to turn to mush. All right, I have not used a thermometer or anything, just this wooden spoon, but this is a nice syrupy consistency. It's not gonna be like candy so much, I don't think. I did test it. The back of the spoon. Got some powdered sugar left over from a long time ago. We need to use up. Ooh. Dump these in the strainer, I guess. Try to strain them out a little bit. I'm not sure. Yeah, hold on, someone will get them in here and shake them up.
Put your finger on that. What is this? We have
think that's the way that it needs to be done. Some of them are stuck. All right. This is what they look like before going in the oven. All right, just 2 minutes.
Well, we're gonna have some of these for lunch tomorrow. I have to eat all of them today.
These are the cranberries. They all delicious. They're not gonna last long, that's for sure. What a tasty treat.
How about we just eat half this way?
Whoa! And as much sugar as we add to our cranberry sauce anyways, like this is a great way to eat some raw cranberries. All right, I'm gonna make my kids some chili. Oh no, I forgot. I've got to get out some meat. Let's get some meat up here. Are we gonna do elk or what is this? We don't know what that is. Ground venison. We'll probably do venison for this purpose. So we'll do venison. Keep the ground elk for Aaron. And then back over here. All right, we've got ground elk or ground venison. We've got mixed chili beans. We got regular chili beans. I still need to get out and get my beans from the shed. It's a whole thing. I need to get out there. Fiesta corn style, we're gonna do that. We're also gonna do a yellow pepper because I don't have any green peppers. We're gonna do some carrots, celery. I'm gonna dice up some of this discount squash that I got at the grocery store. We're gonna saute up an onion first, and we're gonna do a whole bunch of garlic. Bam, wham, bam in the Instant Pot. It's gonna go with some olive oil, and we're gonna have chili in a couple hours. So into my Instant Pot, we're gonna go in with some olive oil or whatever fat you choose. Down here, I could have spent 30 minutes slicing up vegetables. That would have taken me forever. Instead, I used in under 5 minutes. I don't even know how long it was. It wasn't very fast at all. There's my waste. And then we just did it up in our chopper. And all I have to do is rinse that off. Quick and easy. We've got peppers, onions, celery, carrots all in there going in our chili. All right, over here we've got our squash and our zucchini. We're not adding that quite yet. We're gonna get these vegetables that are a little bit tougher to cook or that take a little bit more time sauteed up. This thing even does sweet potatoes in cubes like a dream. No more slaving over. And I chose the bigger square to do the cubes of potatoes because I didn't want them as small as the vegetables because we wanted to actually taste the potatoes in our chili. So we've got all that. Down here everything's looking nice and translucent, so we're going to add this. And I'm cooking the meat in a separate container, a separate skillet. And we've got the meat cooking over on the other stove. We're just gonna get all these seasoned up nicely. I'm also gonna add a can of fire roasted tomatoes to this. All right, to this meat, we're gonna add a little bit of salt or a lot of it. We're just gonna season up the salt really good. We're also gonna season up the vegetables. And then I'm just going into my cabinet real quick. I'm gonna see if I can find some seasonings that might be good. We're gonna add some smoked paprika and some chili powder. And some black pepper and onion powder and garlic powder. And then we'll add it over there to our vegetables, which we're going to throw the same seasonings in. Some pepper. We need some black pepper in here as well. This is going to be so good. It's been a long time since we've had chili. All right, we've got our seasonings going in all of these vegetables. those nicely mixed up. We're gonna bring our meat over here and get it going. All right. Now we're gonna add in all of our canned things, our canned items, starting with our beans. Some chili beans. We've got the fire roasted tomatoes. And you can also add some kind of broth or something, but I'm gonna add just a little bit of water just to get things kind of going here. The seasonings are all dry, so you need a little bit, we're gonna need more than this. I feel like it needs a little bit more of a tomato type base, so I'm just gonna go in with about a tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of tomato puree, and then we're also gonna add some extra water to that to get it incorporated. Need some extra chili powder to it with all those extra vegetables. All right, we're gonna make this cornbread real quick. Do 1 cup of cornmeal. This is actually corn masa. 1 oven's ready, and 1/2 cups flour. And then it says 4 teaspoons baking powder. I feel like that's a little bit too much. I got a new thing. I need an old one. So we're gonna do 1, be like 2.5, because I feel like 4 is just overkill. 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 cup of sugar. This is real quick and easy to put together. Give this all a little mix before we add our wet ingredients. 1.5 cups milk and 1/4 cup oil. I'm using coconut oil. Use butter if you like. Yeah, our skillet's heating up in the oven. I just mix everything in the middle, all the wet ingredients, and then eventually all the dry ingredients mix into, and everything's incorporated evenly enough. All right, and then we're just gonna throw this in the skillet. All right, got a hot skillet. Try not to burn myself. It happens. Spread it around there just a smidge. Delicious, tasty, beautiful corn masa or cornbread. We're gonna serve that up with the chili, and bon appetit. Feels good to be spending all my days on my feet in the kitchen. Previously to having spine surgery, I was spending a lot of time laid out on my back between small kitchen tasks. I definitely couldn't stand there for 30 minutes grating up cheese, nor could I stand there and bake sourdough or make sourdough, but these days I'm able to do both and in the same day, so that is a miracle. We made this beautiful loaf of cranberry bread, and we also made a beautiful loaf of jalapeno cheddar bread. Both turned out delicious. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Give it a like, click subscribe. I would love to have you part of the Rouse Rising family. I will see you in the next video. Bye.